Hello, Foxes and Freaks. Today we're making more videos. Now, today we'll be discussing PvP battles and shit like that. I just saw Doritos 1v1 against BBC, or RCS, whatever that guy is. And, yeah, he's pretty fucking good. Actually, Doritos is one of my best friends. He's the dude that I used to PvP with in PvP Zone 18, PvP Zone 17, 16. Pretty much all the newer maps. We haven't battled out in PvP Zone 1, though. But that was with my bro Ebro, and the other guys. Now we're back on PvP Zone, Damage Tester 11, and here we are. I actually want to discuss a few things. I've been playing this game for about 3,000 hours or so. Sometimes I'm off, sometimes I'm grounded, sometimes I can't play, but for most of those days, I'm on there for at least 2 hours or 2 or 3 hours a day. Get the math, 3,267 hours. And that means I've been here for so long to the point where I've had to go through multiple hacker wars, different hackers doing stupid shit, different wars and clan wars and stuff. Like, I don't even know if the NHS clan is still together. I'm the last member who's still playing this game. I don't know where Solus is. I don't know where the others are. They're just gone. I haven't talked to Solus since like 2024. I don't know what the fuck they are. Maybe 2025, but that's a stretch. There's a new method of PvPing that a guy named Chaos uses. Chaos with it. This is like this is how you spell his name. It looks like this. His name is Chaos. We just call him Chaos. He's a Spanish dude, and I PvP'd him in like late 2022, early 2023. He would do this. He would take triggers and he would hide inside them. He would size them all the way up to 5, and he would just be like this, and then fire RPG at your dumbass. And eventually I learned that that's how it works, and you can use them to block bullets and stuff. But if you've been on my channel for this long, you probably already know that. Did they nerf the SMG? Why is it? Did they nerf the SMG? What the fuck? No, they didn't, but they might have. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go on CapCut and see how many shots it does per frame. Anyways, there's a guy, Chaos, he would use RPGs and camp inside of the triggers. Eventually, I learned to remove them since it's a free server and take them off. Now, there's this other guy named Player H. He has a default skin. He doesn't even like... A lot of these pro PvPers, they use like a default skin. They humiliate you with the default skin. And they shoot you with like the sniper SMG combo. Did you be on that time? Yeah, you on some... And shit like that. And it's crazy. It's really hard to defeat because you die instantly. Although, if you're at close range with a shotgun or like SMG plus revolver, you could mid-range them. I think times where I would do this, I would do like this. And that would break the threshold of two-shotting them with 50 damage. So like, it's like 50? 50, that means he's dead. There's also another PvP method. It's called prop PvP. Prop PvP is pretty much when you use things like barrels, helicopters, and then you slam them on something. You take a helicopter, for example, and look at this. Look at this. Okay, let's see if this does damage to me. No. Yeah, they have to put that really high for doing any damage to me. Now, they didn't kill me because it hit me. It killed me because it exploded. Vehicles don't kill you when no one's in them. They can hit you as fast as they want, and they might like give you fall damage or launch you across the map, but they won't kill you directly. However, if they're like an aircraft, a helicopter, or the minicopter, then this does damage. I'm not sure how much it does. Let me take a motorcycle, for example. You have 100 HP. You're a good example of like a player. Get the fuck back here. Anyways. Oh, damn. There you go. That killed it. That's over 100 damage. I'm not sure how much exactly, but it's more than enough to kill a player. If I were to guess, somewhere between 150 to 120 damage. So I'll go midway and say 130 to 135 damage. Do a little test. This is dangerous because I could actually get exploded from this. Okay, now 50. Okay, so that's 300. 310, 320, 330, 340, 350, 60. That did only 40 damage. But that killed me and destroyed a motorcycle which has 100 HP. So what these guys would do, they would take this, they would block this off with a prop like this, and then they would take a helicopter and launch one on your head. Now what these guys would do, they would block props, or they would take the dupe feature, And they would stack props on the side of each other. Do this shit. No, fuck, hold on. They'll freeze it too. They'll freeze it too, so they won't do that. But I don't really do this. I don't do prop PvP like that. Holy shit. Now, you see, I don't do prop PvP like that because I typically just shoot them in the head with the op. Like, they try to jump over it like this. And then also, and then they get cooked. But, like, I typically stay pretty grounded when I fight. I don't climb as much. I don't do all this prop adjusting shit. Yeah, this is pretty hard for me. I don't do this as much. However, I do indulge in some helicopter PvP, like slamming helicopters on each other. Doing shit like this. They'll block you off with this at mid-range and then just slam this on your head and you die instantly in maybe 2 hits. You like some boop. Yeah, like some boop. Like some boop. And that does hundreds of damage, or like maybe 200, and that's still insane. And also it's knockback damage, so they can use that in the combos, or like if you manage to get out, they can just pull up the op, or they can peek you and shit like that. What I do a close wall peek where I'm like this, I get really close to the wall and I'm like going left and I'm like, oh! Some of the guys, what they'll do a jump peek, they'll do like this. And that makes them harder to hit, but just aim up a little bit. Because everybody's been hung up on that, like, spam setting. You can do like this. Or you can do like this. That does work, but your aim is limited because you're going from sitting to shooting, from sitting to shooting. You can aim, but it's more limited now. And that results in you only getting, like, 20 or 30 damage off somebody instead of getting, like, full crits and stuff. So it's less reliable. Also, prop surfing, which blocking does kind of counter. Like, if you spam props like this, it would freeze and dupe like one of these, and you just keep going backwards. You're good, but only on private servers. If you're on a free server, then it's a free game. I 1v1 player H and he used those strategies. He's pretty fucking good. He's not top 10, but he's probably like either top 10 or like somewhere between 20 and 15. He's pretty fucking good. But I did manage to just either throw a helicopter on his head or snipe him in the air. He was making towers. What he would do, he would just do this shit and then make towers. He would start like this, and he'd go higher and higher and higher, until he was like all the way like up to 50 or 60 Y. And I have to prop surf up to him and shit. It was crazy. There's also long-range sniping. People are typically pretty bad at long-range sniping. You have to put in a lot of hours to get good at long-range sniping. When you snipe someone, it's way easier to shoot them when you're peeking into them than when they're peeking into you. If you're peeking into them, you're in control, and you can, instead of just aiming, you can literally just like let your crosshair hit them as you move through the crosshair screen. You can do this. Instead of putting your crosshair and aiming at them. What I'll do a combination of both. So if they're in an easier shape for me to hit, I'll aim. But if they're harder to hit, I'm just gonna walk into them, and that works pretty well. If you've ever played Counter-Shot or any of the CS games, and like not Counter-Shot, like Counter-Strike Source or CS2, you'll note that scouters love peeking into people and knocking your head off. Be all time timing. You slow as fuck with the op and be like, shit, and then the scouter comes and he's like, I need to get into close peeking. I've been playing a lot of CS and it's getting me into close peeking. People can't shoot me because I'm literally doing guys into hard speaking in this fucking game. I'm like, it's crazy. Now, some people need to get into long range hopping. I haven't made a long range section for this, like a moving long range section. There is this, but I don't really think that counts much. I mean, long range for human targets. These are just examples for you to use the arrow on. I need like long range targets for this map. This is an exception. I should make that. Yeah, I should make that. All right, let's start. Let's go.